You ever get the call? You know the one. The call that comes just when you've forgotten the sound of their voice. The call that slices through your day like a whisper from the past, pulling you into memories you thought were buried deep. Well, I got that call. And let me tell you, it was a ride. She called me after a year. A whole year. 365 days since we last spoke. And wouldn't you know it? She called on Mother's Day. The irony writes itself. Now, if you've ever been betrayed, truly, deeply betrayed, you know how long and winding that road to recovery is. You know what it's like to build yourself back from rubble. To pace in the dark. To cry silently into your pillow. To replay everything like a broken record, trying to find the moment it all went wrong. So when she called, part of me wondered if the universe had a twisted sense of humor. But here's the twist. I didn't crumble. I didn't scream. I didn't fall apart. And that was the moment I knew I was healing. Let me rewind for a second. We all know how the story goes. You meet someone. You fall in love. You make plans. Dreams. Maybe even build a future together. You invest, emotionally, mentally, sometimes even financially. You let your guard down because you believe they're the one. You see the world through rose-tinted glasses. And then the truth hits you like a freight train. She cheated. Not once, but twice. The second time. Just hours after apologizing for the first. I remember thinking, this has to be a joke. But it wasn't. It was my reality. And yeah, she said all the right things back then. The things you desperately want to hear when you're heartbroken and confused. I made a mistake. It didn't mean anything. I still love you. The usual playlist. And like a fool, a wounded fool, I bought it. But time has a way of teaching you the lessons you refused to learn the first time. Pain carves those lessons into your soul. And oh boy, did I learn. So when she called, it wasn't just a phone call. It was a test. A final exam in the course of heartbreak and healing. It started casual. You know how it is. Hey, it's been a while. As if the past year hadn't happened. As if the wreckage she left behind was just a chapter in a book we both agreed to close. She told me she hadn't found anyone who loved her like I did. Said she missed talking to me. Said she was lonely. But here's the thing. There was no apology. No real accountability. Just nostalgia. Like we could just pick up where we left off. And for the first time in a long time, I saw it clearly. This wasn't about love. It was about comfort. About familiarity. About her needing something. And thinking I'd still be that something. But I wasn't. Not anymore. I didn't raise my voice. Didn't hang up. I didn't even get emotional. Instead, I just listened. And when it was my turn to speak, I told her the truth. Not to hurt her. Not to get revenge. But because I owed it to myself. I told her I had healed. That I no longer carried the weight of what she did. That I didn't hate her. But I also didn't miss her. I answered her questions, but didn't indulge. I didn't give her hope, but I didn't crush her either. It was a middle ground. A place of peace. And that's when I knew I had changed. That I had finally stepped out of the storm and into the sunlight. The months after the breakup were brutal. I won't lie. I spent so many nights replaying what I would say if I ever got that call. Sometimes I'd imagine screaming. Other times I'd imagine breaking down. Sometimes I'd even imagine taking her back. But you know what? I think imagining all those scenarios helped. It got the fantasy out of my system. It let me purge the pain before it could control me. It also made me realize that healing isn't about forgetting. It's about remembering without breaking. The months after the breakup were brutal. I won't lie. I spent so many nights replaying what I would say if I ever got that call. Sometimes I'd imagine screaming. Other times I'd imagine breaking down. Sometimes I'd even imagine taking her back. But you know what? I think imagining all those scenarios helped. It got the fantasy out of my system. It let me purge the pain before it could control me. It also made me realize that healing isn't about forgetting. It's about remembering without breaking. After that call, I felt lighter. Not because I talked to her. Not because of anything she said. But because it confirmed what I already suspected. I was okay. Actually, more than okay. She told me her affair partner dumped her a month after. That she tried dating, but no one matched our vibe. And maybe that should have made me smug or bitter or vindicated. But honestly, I just felt free. She's still blocked on everything. Not out of spite, but out of self-respect. There are 2 reasons for that. 1, I don't need to block her to resist the temptation. That's my power now. 2, she's the only person I've ever blocked, and I don't want to carry that ghost into a future relationship. I'd rather leave it all behind. Out of sight, out of memory. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is quietly move forward. If you're listening to this and you're still in the thick of it, I see you. If you're crying every night, wondering what you did wrong, questioning your worth, I promise you, it's not your fault. You were loyal. You loved deeply. And those things aren't weaknesses. They're superpowers. Just because someone couldn't value them doesn't mean they're worthless. Let yourself feel. Let yourself break. But don't stay broken. Use that pain. Mold it into something powerful. Talk to me in the comments. Share your story. Tell me what stage you're in. Are you in the rage phase? The missing them phase? The numb phase? I've been there. Let's build a space where we support each other. No judgment. Just healing.
You know, it's funny. For the longest time, I thought closure would come from her. From an apology. From answers. From understanding why she did what she did. But closure didn't come from her. It came from me. From reclaiming my power. From realizing I was enough. From looking in the mirror and not seeing a broken man, but a stronger one. So if you're waiting for that call, or still hurting from the one you got, remember this. You are the closure.
Thanks for listening to my story. It wasn't easy to live through, and it wasn't easy to tell. But if it helps even one of you feel less alone tonight, then it's worth it. Drop a comment. Let's talk. Let's heal. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. We've got more stories, more reflections, and more real talk coming. Until then, take care of your heart. It's been through enough. And you're going to be just fine.